Hi, welcome. Let's go through a 7 steps. We'll start releasing. Remember, if you're earlier postpartum, you really want to roll down to the ground, down onto the elbow first, and then roll over onto your back. In our release today, just a gentle drop of the knees in, a relax of the arms overhead to let the ribs expand, and let yourself soften. Let the shoulders drop in, just relaxing and releasing through the body. Letting everything go, including relaxing the pelvic floor. Relaxing the jaw, which has a connection to the pelvic floor. Softening through the jaw, the ribs, the belly, and the pelvic floor. In the program, you can use Benoit balls or jade eggs, those kinds of pelvic weights for the program, and then take them out at the end. They're entirely optional. When we relax, that's the time that you might put those eggs in. You would pause the video and go ahead and do that. If you want more support with that, I have my Pelvic Love program to help with that. Taking a nice deep breath, we're going to then find a moment to just do a gentle drop of the knees from side to side. Listen to your body, see how the pelvis feels. How wide you drop the knees is up to you. Waking up through those hips, a little release through that lower back, gentle as you go, as gentle as you like. And we'll start off coming into some pelvic floor exercise. I want you to bring those arms down, back next to your side. And we'll start with our hands on the belly for a nice moment of centering, relaxing and releasing the pelvic floor. Just give yourself that nice moment to down train, relax, release, and spread. Like a drop of water in a pool, the pelvic floor opens, expands, and finds that depth, width, and then we're going to find a bit of connection, mentally building in that connection to squeeze back up and lift, and that droplet reverses back upwards inside the body. So getting a bit of mental connection into the pelvic floor, it relaxes all the way open, and then we find a connection between the pubic bone to the tailbone, and we find the sits bones to sits bones drawing closer together. It's like a diamond shape that comes inwards in all directions. Kind of like you're picking up a flattened out hanky and then you're picking it up from the middle of the hanky. One last one like that. Beautiful. Let's take a moment to breathe wide into the ribs. Place your hands just at the bottom of the ribs at the front. And I want you to focus now breathing into the ribs. So breathing in, let the ribs lift, widen, and exhale, let the ribs soften back down. You want to see if you can connect as much to the softening down of the ribs as the lifting. This is the beginning point for our breath work. Inhaling into the ribs. Exhaling, softening the ribs, letting them come together, dropping the back of the ribs into the floor. Another one like that. Inhale, open the ribs. Exhale, bring the ribs down together, drop the back of the ribs into the floor. I want you to check in here on this next breath, what's happening with the belly as well. So we inhale and expand the ribs. See if you can expand a little into the belly as well. And then as you drop the ribs, the belly should drop. We don't want the ribs to drop and the belly to keep pushing out. Awesome. Just a couple of foundations here. Inhaling into the ribs one last time, into the belly, and then exhale out through the belly and then dropping the ribs. You might find that it helps to use your breath with a nice, slow, strong exhale. Out through the lips. Inhaling in through the nose if you like. Exhaling out through the lips. Nice work. That is our connection in our beginning point to our breath work. Let's find one strong apnea breath, which is the starting foundation for your hyperpressive. So we're going to take a nice inhale. As we exhale, I want you to draw that belly back down, the ribs down, and then we're going to expand into the ribs again wide. So see if you can find a little, like a shock breath. And this belly scoops in and the ribs lift. And beautiful. We'll try that one more time. It's okay if you don't get it this time round. We'll be repeating it throughout our exercises. Again, an inhale, ribs and belly. Exhale out the belly, the ribs, and then find a little inhale like you're shocked. The ribs expand, the belly scoops inward. Hold your breath here. And then let it go. You do build up inwards tension. It should be feeling like you're lifting up away from the pelvic floor and lifting up inwards towards the ribs as the diaphragm is scooping up inwards inside the ribs. Awesome. We're going to let that go now. Moving on to our corset core, we're going to work just bracing muscles. So return to a nice bit of release, a little hip shake. I want you to feel your corset muscles, those deep transverse abdominis muscles, the deepest layer, just wrapping in. So you don't want to wrap in super tight, squash your back in. That's going to be activating all of those layers on top as well. Give it a little just gentle squeeze inwards. Let's find that control. We'll start with a foot sweep down and back in. I'm going to start with this foundation in case you're earlier postpartum, but we're going to progress it. If you want more, you're taking it up for a little bit more challenge. So if you are comfortable, we're keeping that little bracing. So with our bracing, we'll lift one foot up and then the other foot. If you're feeling fine here, float the fingertips to the sky. Keep going with those marches. Nice. Again, you're bracing through the core while you lift and lower. If you want to check, you can have one hand, you can have your hands on the belly if you like. Yeah. Otherwise, hands to the sky for more challenge. And if you're feeling good here, let's bring all those knees both up. And we are going to stay flat and braced. And let's maybe just take our leg away a small bit. If you feel like it's too hard to have the arms here, pushing those shoulders into the floor, bring the hands back to the floor and support yourself with your hands to the floor. We are really feeling our corset muscles wrap in, and we're nice and supported and soft through the neck. Again, and you could be slowing this all the way down, inhaling and exhaling, pulling back, or exhale, come on back. Inhale, exhale, and come on back. So this is your really earlier postpartum. Inhale, exhale, or if you're working with trying to control the breath pattern, inhale, exhale, toe away, toe back. Let's go 10 more seconds. If you need that bracing breath to keep the exhale while you're doing the taps, stick with that. If you're more available to challenge more, let the toes go down. If you're available for more challenge, let's bend the elbows. You've got another 5, 4. Always the core at your center. Don't ever progress anything until you're ready for it. Last 2 and last 1. Awesome work. Hug the knees in. Beautiful. When we come to our corset core, I want you to feel that you're wrapping on your corset muscles in different ways. So we'll come to our little side position here in side plank. And I want you to feel that wrapping in, feel in that squeeze. We'll take the hand to the sky and adding a little lever, we'll take it around for a gentle twist and then lift back up. We're just tapping to the floor. It is a gentle twist and tap back up. You're finding core control first, a little rotation. Breathe in, breathe out. Beautiful. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Last one, breathe out. Nice. Let's push ourselves up, come around to the other side. This can be the inhale into the belly. This is going to be the exhale. Find that tap rotation. Inhale, exhale, wrap the tummy muscles on, find that rotation. If you were earlier, you can always make things a little bit easier. But when we add a lever, a load into, you want to see that my breath muscles are working. Exhale. And you're always wanting that deep connection into those deeper breath muscles before you're adding on any load, whether it's a curl up, whether it's a dumbbell. We will get harder as we go. And there's always harder variations. You feel free to take them. Last one. Awesome. Come on down. And so finishing off here, we'll find a last little challenge. I want you to find a little scoop through the spine. Again, with a little bit of challenge, we'll tuck the tail under, scoop up through the spine, lengthen back out. Can we tuck the toes, lift the knees, drop the knees. Inhale, exhale, tuck the tail, come back flat, lift the knees, lower the knees. So you start to see that we're using our breath to brace through those tummy muscles. Lift the knees, lower the knees. Beautiful. Scoop up as you exhale, tuck the tail, flatten the back, tuck and lift, lower. So we're adding a little bit more challenge. If you want a final bit of challenge, you have no problems with pelvic stability, you can hold those knees up as your base option. Bit more challenge, a little bit more challenge if you're stable through the pelvis. Tap the toes back just slightly. This is a very strong finish for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Take a little release, roll through the spine, relax back into a little child's pose. A little rock through the hips, and we are all done. If you had your Benoit ball, you would take the time to soften, release, relax, and take the time to take out your J-deck.